Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. Hey look, it's Sneggit for the TI-99 4A. This game doesn't address that age-old question either. Here, eggs just randomly appear out of thin air, and it's your job as a chicken to hurry and gather them up before they get eaten by a snake. Once you pick up an egg, you have to carry it back to one of 3 nests, place it in, and go get another. You can place up to 8 eggs in a nest at once. Of course, leaving the nest unprotected while you're grabbing another egg leaves it open to a snake attack. If you're unlucky enough to have a snake raid your nest, it'll clean the whole thing out, and it's always kind of sad when that happens. Poor eggs. So this barnyard where the chicken lives is a pretty hazardous place. While trying to retrieve the eggs, you have to guide the chicken around lots of obstacles, including rocks and trees and even rabbits. I don't know why the snake doesn't just eat them. But anyway, the yard is full of things that get in your way. Of course, the snakes are the real danger. They'll eat any egg they come across, but they can also kill you, the chicken. What's cool though is that they can only harm you from the back. This allows you to defend your nests from incoming snakes. Just try to keep the snake in front of you and you'll block its path and it'll slither off in another direction. It's useful to try to use a nest that has many natural barriers around it to help you. But remember that the snakes can fit in smaller openings than you can. In Sneggit, you score points for picking up an egg, for placing it in a nest, and finally when the egg hatches. There's 5 different colors of eggs, white being worth the least amount of points, then purple, green, blue, and finally red, which are worth the most. When an egg hatches, once the chick runs off the screen, a new egg will show up and it'll be the same color as the one the chick hatched from. If you're going for the most points, you probably want to focus on gathering and protecting the most valuable eggs, but doesn't that seem a little cruel? Valuing one life over another just for a few extra points? But I guess the innate amorality of chickens allows them to exist without having to consider such questions. Man, chickens are the best. I wish I was a chicken, I'd grab all the red eggs. The controls in Sneggit are good. There's keyboard controls, but I use the joystick. The stick moves the chicken around, of course, and you press the fire button to pick up an egg. But you have to have a fairly light touch. Hold the button down too long and you'll drop and break the egg. There's 3 difficulty levels, Novice, Advanced, and Expert. Novice is really quite easy. The barnyard doesn't have too many obstacles and the overall pace is slower. At the harder difficulty levels, the game moves faster, the yard is more cluttered, and on Expert you have to contend with 2 snakes. This game's definitely fun, especially when you're down to the last egg, because you have to sit guarding the nest till it hatches. And once it does and a new egg appears, it's a challenge, especially on Expert level, to find the tiny egg amongst all the other objects covering the screen, and then trying to get it as fast as possible before a snake eats it. All in all, Sneggit's a nice game, based on a really fun idea that's well executed. I think if an updated version were released today, everybody'd be snagging it.
Everybody's snagging it. When you see a nest, put an egg in it. Watch out for those snakes, better pick up the pace, cause everybody's snagging it!
Sneggit, the hot new chicken-based action game exclusively for your TI-99 4A. Incubate some fun today!